Hey guys, so a few days ago, I finally went and saw Ready Player One. I know this is pretty late in the game to be doing reviews for this, and I explained in my Pacific Rim review that I had some family come down from North Carolina, and I figured it would be kind of a rude thing to do to just fuck off and go to the movies, while they were here, while I'm supposed to be visiting them. I figured, it might not be a great idea to do that since they came down here to see to see people, to see me and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's why I haven't done many reviews over the last couple of weeks. I have a lot of fucking catching up to do, and I saw two of the four movies that I wanted to catch up on. So that's an accomplishment, but I still got two more to go, and then I got what's coming out this week. I'm like, fuck. Just like loaded my fucking next couple weeks up with fucking movies to go see. So, yeah, Ready Player One was the first one I wanted to get out of the way and get around to seeing, because this was a movie that I was interested in seeing, because even though I never read the source material, I never really even knew it was a book until like I heard Steven Spielberg was making this movie called Ready Player One that's based off a best-selling novel. I'm like, oh, I never heard that fucking book, but all right. But it's directed by Steven Spielberg, so cool. And like, it seems like it's weird with this movie. Like, the lead in going into this movie has been kind of weird because people seem to like not know what the hell were acting like they didn't know what the movie was going to be about, even though really the trailers kind of give it away what the hell the movie's about. It's pretty fucking self-explanatory. It was like was never really confused as to what the plot was at all. I mean, it was like, and then they would start bitching about the nostalgia. It's relying way too much on nostalgia, which I said, yeah, it kind of seems like it is, but at the same time, if it's done right, I don't care. I haven't seen the fucking movie, so I'm not going to judge it yet. And I said, also it's Spielberg. He has his share of good movies and not so great movies, but he's a pretty good, like, a fun director to watch. I usually enjoy most of his movies, so yeah, I was looking forward to this. It looked like it was gonna be a fine little flick. I liked the concept, and yeah, it was a okay movie. It was perfectly fine. That's the best way. It seems like that's pretty much my analysis of a lot of fucking movies lately. But it's perfectly a fine film. It was a fun little ride. It's 2.5 hours. It definitely feels a little bit on the 2.5 hour side, but it was. I enjoyed it. It's Spielberg at his Spielbergian best, if that's a word. It's a movie that it is true that it does rely a lot on the fucking nostalgia. It does. It really fucking does. It's a movie that you blink and you'll miss like a million fucking references. Like, I'm sure if somebody were to like freeze frames from the movie, you could spot this person, but like there was only a few here and there because it comes at you like so fucking fast that like I probably missed a million of them. Like the beginning, I would see like Freddy and Jason and fucking, like, of course Chucky pops up, and then the Back to the Future car pops up, and then it was like it's all this shit. It's like what this movie. It was one of those things that, like, for the first half of this movie, it kind of got annoying to me. That was the only time in this movie where it kind of got annoying to me, because it felt like the first half of this movie felt like, oh Jesus, it's like, that running joke in South Park, the member berries. That's what this movie felt like, a feature-length version of that fucking running joke. Like, remember Chewbacca? Remember Jason? Remember Back to the Future? remember? And so I felt like in the back of my head, I was thinking the whole fucking time of watching this. And I'm like, yeah, God, this is going to be like... I was like, I can see why some people are kind of annoyed by this. And really, the main characters are nothing but just kind of there. They're just... The main guy is just a bland... The white toast character is, he's a kid whose parents are dead and he's living with his aunt and her abusive boyfriend, I guess, that really never goes anywhere. That storyline really never does really go anywhere. And like I said, he lives in this I almost want to say post-apocalyptic world, but it's like kind of a hectic... Like, it's not really a post-apocalyptic, because people are still living in this fucking society, but it's kind of a shithole society. And of course, it takes place in Columbus, Ohio. And fuck you, Steven Spielberg, because I live in Ohio, so fuck you. Why did it have to be in Columbus, Ohio? I don't know. Why, like, this shithole of a fucking place? Fuck you. Fuck you, Spielberg, I know. I know it's probably based off something that the novel probably had, Columbus, Ohio as its setting, but still, why the fuck did it have to be Columbus, Ohio, and it have to be a shithole? Represent Columbus, Ohio as a shithole? I don't know. Fuck it. But yeah, it's one of those movies. It's not very character heavy at all. Really, it isn't. But it's your very generic characters, and like he has this love interest who's the girl from Bates Motel, and I'm like, hey, that chick, what was her name? Emma on that show? The girl that had cystic fibrosis on that show. That was probably one of the best was one of the best side characters on that show. I never got around to watching the last few seasons, but I really fucking loved that first season of Bates Motel. That was a really good show. And she's fine in it. She's the love interest. She's this badass chick that basically it's a movie that kind of is an allegory about today's society, that kind of fits into today's society, how pretty much nobody really interacts with each other anymore. It's just they rather be on their computers or in a virtual reality world instead of living their real lives. Basically the worlds they make up are more interesting to them than the fucking ones the one that's going on outside their fucking window. It's honestly, I could see a world like this existing where we're just fucking living in virtual reality worlds and creating our own worlds and shit like that, and not living in the one that we are currently in. I can fucking see that being something that fucking happens. Like, hell, we got virtual reality making a comeback over the last few years, so I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility that something like this would happen. But yeah, like I said, I like that concept. Like, I like the whole world this movie builds upon. Like, you can be whoever you want to be. It's obviously something that's been done a million times before, but I like it is pretty much the virtual reality world's more interesting than the fucking real the other world that's going on in the movie. The real world in the movie. I like Mark. If I do want to give a performance, I like Mark Rylance. He was pretty fun as the guy who created the Oasis, and is this nerdy dude that just is awkward as shit. And Mark Rylance, only other movie like in between this, the BFG, and like Bridge of Spies. This is probably his best performance I've seen it since like Bridge of Spies. Like, Bridge of Spies was fucking great. He was great in that movie. And even though I didn't think he should have won that Oscar, I think Stallone should have won that Oscar. He was great in that movie. And he's great in this. Like, he's fun as like this awkward guy and everything else. two things I will mention that I did. Like I said, nostalgia could work, and some places it got annoying, and some places it worked for me. And the two instances I remember off the top of my head that I really fucking enjoyed the nostalgia was one where they had this thing that is only delved upon for like brief moment, but it was kind of brought a smile to my face, where they had something called the Zemeckis Cube, which is like, I bet you that's named after Robert Zemeckis, and I was right. And I mean, it couldn't be a fucking coincidence. And it was something. It was a cube that basically was a Rubik's cube that turned back time for like 60 seconds or something like that. It was something weird like that. Like, because you made Back to the Future. It was like, I was like, I'm surprised they didn't call like the DeLorean the Zemeckis mobile or something like. I don't know. I guess maybe that would be a little bit too hard, too much on the head, but yeah, I mean, it's still, but whatever. But my favorite part of this whole fucking movie that brought a smile on my face, I'm sure I'm not the only one, was the tribute to The Shining that this movie does. Halfway through this movie, they like, the whole point of the movie is that the main kid has to find keys to basically get this Easter egg that this creator of the Oasis has hidden in this virtual reality world, and this kid's trying to find it. In order to find the Easter egg, he has to find these keys. And so in order for him to get these keys, he has to do these challenges. And the second challenge it ends up being basically a Shining challenge, as they basically go into this movie theater called the Overlook Movie Theater, which that was funny. That brought a smile on my face. And they're playing the theme to the Shining, and then like end up in the Overlook Hotel, and the kids there don't know. The one black kid doesn't know what The Shining is, and I'm like, oh fucking Jesus. And of course he sees the twins, and he's like, come play with us, Danny. And I'm just like sitting there smiling. I had a big smile on my face. Shining is like one of my favorite fucking horror movies of all time, and it was kind of funny seeing this movie Spielberg try, because this is PG-13, try to make this as PG-13 and make The Shining as much PG-13 as it could, because it has like all the iconic scenes. Like the girl in the bathtub even pops up as a big part of that whole fucking sequence, and it's like, wow, they did a pretty interesting job trying to cover up that she was nude in that fucking scene. But it was kind of nice, because it was like, it felt like Spielberg paying tribute to his best friend Stanley Kubrick, who, you know, they were really good friends, and, you know, it would have been even funnier if they had, like, an AI reference or something like that, but, yeah, but I was like, yeah, that was nice. It brought a smile on my face. I was like, yeah, that's kind of cute. Yeah, I recommend it. It's fine. It sounds like I bitched about this movie more than it is fine. It is 2.5 hours. That was one of the reasons why it took me forever to see this, because it is 2.5 hours. It's like, I have to set a lot of fucking time to go see this movie. And yeah, like I said, I liked it. It was fine. It was perfectly fine. There was nothing bad about it that pissed me off. It's just like, man, it just feels like that's my analysis for a lot of fucking movies right now. Yeah, so I recommend it. As a matinee or something like that, it's a fine little flick on film. Didn't see in the theaters. Trailers. So I got a few new trailers. It was like every fucking trailer that I got had a long ass title. It was for a movie that had a long ass fucking title. So it looks like on my fucking phone I texted myself a fucking paragraph. Fantastic Beast, The Crimes of Grindelwald, the sequel to Fantastic Beast. Yeah. Like I just said to a friend of mine, I think about it when this trailer came out, and they're a big Harry Potter fan. I was like, you know, the funny thing about Fantastic Beast is that I barely fucking remember that movie. And I saw that movie, but I don't remember much about it. Other than that, maybe like Eddie Redmayne was good, and that one comedic sidekick was pretty funny. But that's about fucking it. I don't remember much about it. Am I the only one who has that problem? And I'm a Harry Potter fan, but I'm like, and it's like, is this really fucking necessary? We have to see Albus Dumbledore as a fucking like professor, played by Jude Law, which I know a lot of people are unhappy about. Yeah, it's a weird choice, but whatever. And then Johnny Depp and that fucking weird ass hairdo that he's got going on. As Grindelwald. I'll still see it because I like the Harry Potter series, but is this really fucking necessary? No, it's not. Like, it's just milking a cash cow for everything it's fucking got. So, yeah, I mean, they're doing it to fucking Star Wars, so might as well do it to Harry Potter, too. Fuck it. The House with a Clock in Its Walls. This is the first title for a movie, I think, that literally that's what the fucking movie's about. There's a house with a clock in its walls. I don't know why. It's got Jack Black in it and Kate Blanchett, and they're the ones that own this house. It's got monsters. And when I saw Jack Black pop up, I'm like, is this a sequel to that sequel to Goosebumps? No, it's something else. I'm like, oh, okay. What the fuck is this? I don't know if it's based off a novel. Kid's novel or anything like that, because it really didn't say. If it is, somebody in the comments tell me, but I don't fucking know. And yeah, well, I don't really fucking give a shit. I don't know what's going on with it. Why there's a clock in the walls. I don't know why there's monsters. I don't know. I don't care. And The Spy Who Dumped Me was the other trailer I got. It's Mila Kunis and Kate McKinnon. Mila Kunis' boyfriend dumps her and he ends up being a spy. That's the story of the fucking movie. And it's hijinks ensue as they are like caught in the middle of like a spy mission or something. I don't know. Kate McKinnon is weird, like Kate McKinnon always is. That's her fucking shtick. Yeah, so, yeah. That's as far as trailers go. I'll be back. I got one more review to do for another movie I saw, so I'll talk to you guys later.